On the 12th and final day of Nintendo Christmas, Lithium recommended to me the NES Classic Edition, found luckily. Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everyone worldwide. I wish you all the best. I hope you're with friends and family enjoying yourself. And remember, it's not all about the items, it's about the people that you're spending time with. Before I get started with this video, I do want to mention the giveaway winner for a smashing soundtrack from the Smash Brothers series and one of either Princess Peach or the Mario cases for your handheld console will be announced at the end of the video. For my last giveaway for Nintendo Christmas this year, I thought it would be fitting to have Christmas colors involved, so either red or green. For red, and I wanted to kind of have the consoles in mind, red, I'm giving away this fantastic series Watermelon Red Nintendo 64 console with an expansion pack actually included. This will not come with any sort of cables, it's just the console itself, but it is a really cool item. This is a North American model actually. And so that's my red item. In terms of the green item, this is a boxed emerald green GameCube controller. This is a Japanese exclusive version. You will get the box for this giveaway. Now, essentially, with these red and green items, the way I want you to enter the contest is, number one, obviously, be a subscriber to the channel. Also, click that bell notification symbol. Number two, like this video. Still trying to hit 1,000 likes. Hopefully, we can do it today. And number three, comment below. What is your best, favorite, or most wonderful holiday memory of all time? It doesn't even have to be Christmas related. If it is, that is great. But what is your best holiday memory of all time? Please comment below to enter the giveaway. The NES Classic Edition this year is probably one of the best things Nintendo released. And that's very odd to say, I would basically state, because Nintendo is releasing this as an emulator in 2016, and the technology has been there for a while. If you're really interested to find out a lot about this console, I do have an unboxing video. It'll be in the cards up there in the video, I guess, on the top right of the video. So the NES Classic, if you don't know anything about it, this is the big ticket, I guess, holiday item for Nintendo. It has 30 original games from the NES in HD on the system already. So what the system looks like actually is right here. It almost fits in the palm of my hand. It's tiny, it's obviously based directly off of the original NES system. So this thing is very small, it's obviously quite portable. The top does not open because the games are actually pre-installed on it. You do have a power button, a reset button to kind of go back to the home menu. You do have two controller ports. On the back, you have an HDMI out and the DC in for power, and that's really all that this system has. So it is slightly modified, obviously, from the original system. This thing is really unique in terms of Nintendo actually listening to a lot of what the market was saying that would be very successful for Nintendo to finally release. So this is a really interesting system. The controller itself, just to take a look at that, is basically the exact same as an NES controller, just brand new. The D-pad does feel wonderfully Nintendo. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Nintendo has always the best D-pads. But this controller, the only qualm I have, and almost everyone says this, the cord is exceptionally short. So when you actually do play this and plug this into your retro-looking system, you have to sit very close to the TV. Now, some people might say that's a cool experience because growing up on the family computer or the Famicom, you had to sit very close to the TV. Those cords were really short. But in 2016, for there not to be a wireless controller and you're playing it in HD, that is very strange. So I do have a fix for that by a controller company that they sent me one. I'll talk about later in the video. So this system is very strange and very cool at the same time. It will usually cost you, depending on your country, somewhere between $60 and $80 if you can find it, because it is selling out all over the place very, very quickly. That's why I kind of said at the beginning of the video, you kind of have to be lucky in finding it. I found it in EB Games, or at an EB Games. I went there basically before they opened and lined up and got one really quickly. So just looking at some of the games actually on this, you do have Mario games, Donkey Kong, Metroid, Pac-Man, Zelda, and Kirby, just to name a few. But if you're interested in actually the detailed list, kind of a cool D-pad actually on the back here. Retro Blast from the past, it says as well, with some really cool sprites from old school games. Love those, those look fantastic. So here is the list of all of the games if you're interested. Some standouts for me are Excite Bike, Balloon Fight, Mega Man 2, and Punch-Out featuring Mr. Dream. A lot of them are absolutely fantastic, don't get me wrong, almost all of them. But those games I'm excited to play as well. One of the most interesting parts of this system is that you can have, I think, up to 3 or 4, I think it's 4 actually, save states per game. So you can save at any point and then jump back into the action later on, which makes a lot of these games much more playable in 2016 than they are originally on the NES, because some of the games are very unforgiving and they're very difficult. I do want to mention some of my personal favorites that I get to play on this system all over again. Even though I have the cartridges, which I will show, you do get the 3 Mario games. So you do get Mario Bros. 1. You don't get Duck Hunt, unfortunately, because the light gun or zapper does not work with this system. But Mario Bros. 1 obviously kickstarted the series. I tried to speedrun that game sometimes live on Twitch, and I think I have 5 minutes and 31 seconds right now for my personal best, but obviously the goal is to get below 5 minutes. I know I still watch the speedrunners try and get world records of that, but that game's absolutely fantastic. Next up is obviously Mario 2. Now Mario 2, I don't give enough credit to. This is Mario 2, I guess Super Mario Bros. 2 USA. So this is Doki Doki Panic. I've never really been in love with the title, but now with the NES Classic, it will give me a good reason to play through it and have save states and not get stuck and restart a world or restart the entire game, which I'm looking forward to, because I don't give that game enough credit that I think it probably deserves, because Doki Doki Panic is a wonderful game, as is that one with the different character sprites. And then my personal favorite, probably my favorite 2D Mario game, Super Mario Bros. 3. However, Mario World must give it a run for its money. This game has the Tanuki suit, it has all the various worlds that feel much more different. I can't believe this game's actually on the same system as Mario Bros. 1 and the Lost Levels. It feels so unique and so much more advanced. Love that title, of course. Next up, I have to talk about the Legend of Zelda series, especially with my Zeldathon coming up on January 1st to 3rd, 2017, almost a week away actually. We're raising money for McMaster Children's Hospital. The Legend of Zelda is a very long experience. Miyamoto recently just had a interview that was translated into English from Japanese that just came out like within the past week, and he was saying in it that he hoped this game would take people a year to beat back when it was originally released. He said some interesting things, like when you went up to walls, you can kind of knock on the walls and they would all make a certain sound, but if the wall was breakable, it would make a different sound, and then ultimately they kind of put in cracks so you could actually see them on the wall, but I think that still exists. They might make a different sound when you actually hit on the walls, which is really interesting in The Legend of Zelda. This game is open-ended, just like hopefully the Breath of the Wild is intended to be, kind of going back to the roots of The Legend of Zelda. Really tough game to beat actually today, but with that save state makes it a lot easier. Next up, of course, is The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Now, this game is very unforgiving, very, very challenging. This is a 2D / top-down kind of combination game. I would consider this to be the hardest Zelda game of all time. If you want to give yourself a challenge, this is the game to do it with. It kind of is an RPG because you power up a few different things like your health and also your magic throughout this game. I need to beat this on my own personally, solo the entire time, which I've never done before. I've always done it with a friend, which I'm looking forward to finally doing. Oh no, don't drop that Zelda game, or don't drop both of them. Definitely want to stand those up for the rest of this video. And another game that I just want to mention that I'm excited to play through is Metroid, the original. I have never beaten this entire game as well, but now at the save states, it's definitely possible for me to do so. This is a wonderfully atmospheric game that really, I played Super Metroid, so going back to the original is going to be very interesting for me personally. So these games are fantastic to play through in 2016. I really do think the NES Classic Edition is probably the best gift you can give or ask for this holiday season, granted that someone can actually find it. It's very difficult to actually track down, as I said previously, because they didn't release that many of them. Nintendo in North America alone already sold over 200,000 units of this. They really should be producing more, and they really want to sell off everything that they produce, but come on, Nintendo, you can definitely produce more of them so that more people can be happy on Christmas Day. Now, I did mention that I will do a fix, or mention the fix for the controller. Now, 8-Bit Do, I just mentioned this before in a video, but 8-Bit Do or 8-Bit Do, they released this NES Classic Edition set. It comes with a controller that is Bluetooth. You can use this with the NES Classic. It also has a few additional buttons like the shoulders, and I think X and Y as well. So this controller works with the NES Classic, it works with your computer or your phone because it's Bluetooth, but it's also really wonderful about this is that it comes with that little connector, and this will actually plug into your NES, which enables you to use any Bluetooth controller, not just this one, but also your Wii Remote, your Pro Controller for the Wii U, your Xbox controller, your PlayStation controller. Any of those will work on the NES Classic with this little receiver, which is really quite wonderful and quite awesome. So these you can get actually from 8-Bit Do or 8-Bit Do. They're roughly $30 or $40. You can check them out if you're really interested in getting wireless NES Classic gaming. But the NES Classic What a great idea from Nintendo. I'm happy they actually released it. I think it's the right price point. You can also comment below what your thoughts on the NES Classic. I personally hope they continue that idea and have the Super Nintendo Classic sometime in the future. Alright, let's get to the giveaway for my Smashing soundtrack and, of course, one of either Mario and Princess Peach cases. Thank you so much to everyone who entered. There wasn't quite 1,000 people, but we got really close, I guess. And the winner of this one is Midna Curse. Congratulations, Midna Curse. Please message me on the About tab of my channel. Go to the email, and I'll get back to you. Shipping worldwide, I will cover, of course. And the giveaway for today, just mentioning that one more time, we have the Watermelon Red Nintendo 64 with the expansion pack, but it won't come with any cords. Sorry about that. And or you get the choice of either the Watermelon or the Emerald Green GameCube controller. Just want to mention that there is some slight damage to the box so that you're not upset with me ahead of time. So there's a little bit of damage on the box, but ultimately this color is really cool and works great. You'll really impress your friends because not many people have seen this before. So you have your choice of one of those two. All you have to do is subscribe, like, and comment below what is your best holiday memory of all time. Thank you so much for watching my 12 Days of Nintendo Christmas. I will announce the winner of either one of those two items either tomorrow or the next day. Keep in mind, I will also be doing a world tour, not a world tour, my room tour of my Nintendo room released just before 2017. And I'm also doing the My Zelda-thon January 1st to January 3rd live on Twitch raising money for McMaster Children's Hospital in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Thank you so much for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays to everyone. Feel free to fill that like bucket. Follow me on all the social media links in the description below the video. And remember, as always, keep smiling while gaming. Go collect them all. And thank you so much for watching my Nintendo Christmas Series 2016.